Well, excuse me, thank you so much, David, for that exaggerated discussion of my life. You read it, as I just heard, you read it exactly the way I wrote it. Thank you very much. In addition to all that you've heard about ZOA, I want you to know that we do student trips twice a year in winter and summer to Israel. We are the only Jewish group who brings students, high school and mostly college, past the 67 line. We bring students to Hebron and Ariel and Efrat and Maladumim, where they see that these are real cities with real people, with wonderful families, not wild-eyed radicals as the media tries to show them to be. We have an adult mission to Israel that's going to be at the end of February. You can look on our website, zoa.org, if you're interested. We have missions to Washington where we lobby every year. We bring hundreds of people from around the country. We at ZOA were the only organization in 1995 to work with Senator John Kyle of Arizona to write the Jerusalem Embassy Act to move the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. ZOA was alone in initiating that work. We're the only major group to oppose a Palestinian state, publicly and openly, because it'll be an Iran-Hamas terror state. We're the only major group that supports the right of Jews to live in Judea and Samaria. Of course they have a right to live there. Because of ZOA's campaigns. You hear me making sounds. As I often say before I speak, I happen to have Tourette syndrome, which makes me make sounds and have facial tics I can't control. I've had it since age 5. And my father also had it, and he very happily gave it to me. Thank you, Dad. We've launched campaigns to stop vicious anti-Israel people from gaining official posts in the government. Strobe Talbot compared Israel to Iraq. Because of ZOA's campaign, he never became Secretary of State. Charles Freeman, who was appointed to be National Intelligence Director, who blamed U.S. support for Israel for 9/11. On Fareed Zakaria, he publicly condemned ZOA for ruining that nomination. Joe Zogby, who's going to be a top person on Middle East issues in the State Department, a vicious hater of Israel, left that post within 2 weeks of ZOA's campaign. Salam al-Mariyati, who was against Israel's very existence, was removed from being a member of the National Terrorism Council in the Congress because of ZOA's campaign against him. And John Roth, who was appointed to be Director of U.S. Holocaust Studies. And we at ZOA alone pointed out that this man has written that Israeli policies are like Nazi policies. Ronald Reagan is a Nazi, horrible statements against Israel. And because of our campaign, the U.S. Holocaust Museum withdrew his nomination for this post. Only because ZOA, no one joined us in any of these fights, I might add. And maybe most importantly, we looked at Title VI. Title VI was enacted of the Human Rights Act, Civil Rights Act, to protect minority students, African-American students, gay students from discrimination and harassment at universities. Because of ZOA's 6-year campaign it took us, where we worked with dozens and dozens of members of Congress alone, Title VI was reinterpreted for the first time to cover Jews under this act, which never was the case before, and we filed many legal cases under this act. We fight the BDS movement, of course. We educate Congress, the media, and many others about the lies and the myths that are the basis of the BS movement. There are dozens and dozens of distortions, falsehoods, and myths that are repeatedly stated and written about regarding the Arab-Islamic war against Israel. I don't say Arab-Israel conflict, because this conflict would have ended years, decades ago, had they really wanted peace, the Arabs. It is an Arab-Islamic war against Israel and the West, and that's the